Hi everybody, it's Tim here and welcome back to That Eurovision Site. As I'm recording this, the second semi-final has just concluded and we have a lot to digest. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright then, so let's start things off with my partner in crime for the meantime. I've got Rory with me. My voice is already hoarse, so I'm just gonna... no. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Yeah. I'm gonna get right into this and straight quickly. What would you think of the result? And then I'll get into specifics in a sec.
A lot of surprises. A lot of surprises. Yeah. I mean, like how we said, it was a really unpredictable semi. I don't think anyone really knew who could have made it in.
Yeah.
But some of these results, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But I'm both positive and negative.
Okay, then, so let's start off with the positives. Who was your shock qualifier?
Latvia. I thought at this point, oh no, surely. No, they're not going to do it because we'd had like Armenia come in and then we'd also had Denmark come in. And I was like, oh my God, no, surely by this point now they've just run out. And then they called it and I was like,
yeah, Rory was literally on the floor.
There's video footage of it. I can't believe it. I'm so thrilled that Tautumaitis managed to make it in. I'm so happy.
Okay then. Who was your shock non-qualifier?
I mean, I think probably the same as anyone else now. It's Australia. I mean, who was thinking that Gojo was not going to make it through? I think everyone thought he was a surefire. The only way that I could think of it maybe being a little bit weird and a little bit touchy for a first opening song. But I think, like, as a stage concept, it was really, really good. So I was really surprised that they didn't call her. Yeah. I was really, really shocked.
Yeah. Right, well, we are going to go through the press center and we're going to go ask everyone else's thoughts on the results tonight. So let's take it away. I'm here with David from EAC United and you are so speechless.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing, I'm going to get right into it, so I'm guessing your shock qualifiers, of course. Denmark.
Uh-huh.
You're like, he's just completely, he's shell shocked at the minute. Yeah, like, you can't speak and you're just too happy. Like look, he's just too happy. You waited 6 years for this. Oh.
Come here. Come here. You've got it.
Yeah, no, that is it. It's like you're just happy that Denmark made it. Nothing else matters.
I mean, yeah.
That's basically the gist of it. Like, he's gone.
No. Like, we have to remember also, it's all the work that Sisal put since she won.
Yeah.
All her work.
Yeah.
All her focus wanting this.
Yeah.
That's what paid off now.
Yeah.
And her fight is the reason why I can celebrate tonight.
Yeah. So nothing else.
Let's never forget her spirit. This is what we need in Denmark. We need people who believe.
Yeah.
People who want to represent us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shirley, you're really so shocked, aren't you? Well, thank you very much for your time. Hey, we got it, Denmark! You got it! Celebrate tonight. You enjoy it. So, I've got the return of the bestie on me. I thought it was very happy. Okay then, so let's start things off the way we did this last time.
Okay.
Overall results.
I'm super happy. All my favorites passed and all the ones that I expected passed. Apart from Australia, that I wanted him to go. And Lithuania was shocked that they made it, but I mean, I guess that this kind of music is like, of a taste of like a judo band.
Okay, then you gave me some names, so but any other shock qualifier?
Shock qualifiers? Yeah, I think like only like Australia. Qualifier. Lithuania is my only shocking qualifier. But who else? The rest we were expecting it. Like Denmark, we were like all rooting for her, and she made it. So I don't think that's a shocking qualifier. But finally they made it. Oh my God.
Okay, then shock non-qualifier. Other than Australia.
Australia. Yeah, maybe Ireland. I don't know. Ireland. I would think like it will be like viral or like like it has this kind of like appeal also like to the general public. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, Australia. Who else was out? Serbia. Maybe I was a little bit shocked also that they didn't make it, but because also like Montenegro was there. So they were voting each other like kind of. But yeah, very very fair. Very fair semi-final, I would say.
Yeah. Whew, that was a tough one.
And Malta made it.
Yeah.
We were expecting it. And yeah, Diva not down, Diva to the final, Diva to the win. But for her on Saturday because we need Malta. We need to go to Malta next year, right?
Yes.
For to have like a sunny Eurovision at the beach. So yeah, but for Malta next or Finland, both of us. My favorites, my queens, slay.
Thanks.
I'm so happy.
Thanks, Aitor.
Love Malta. Love me, Anna.
All right, I have Madeline with me, a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, then, so overall results, what did you think?
The results are okay. I am pretty sad about Australia because I really, really felt Gojo's energy today and throughout the Eurovision season. So I'm very sad that he won't be able to sing again in the final. But overall, pretty happy about Latvia. For the first time, we have the Latvian language in the Eurovision final. That's amazing. Happy that Denmark are back in the final. Happy for Armenia.
Yeah, you're a very happy one.
My surname ends in Ian for anyone wondering. No, but Park is a great performer. He's so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Overall, pretty good results.
All right, then, I know you've mentioned some countries, but shock qualifier.
It wasn't shock, but I was just hoping Latvia would make it, and I'm happy that they did.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised Malta did make it because I thought it would be too much for some viewers, but Diva not down.
Yeah, Diva not down, like, you can't say that word, but that doesn't stop people.
Yeah.
Shock non-qualifier, other than you know you mentioned Australia, but
Australia, mainly Australia. Czechia, I was on the fence after watching the rehearsal. I'm very sad because Adonis is an artist to be remembered, but you can't have all of them in the final.
do you think that blip? I don't know if you noticed that blip.
I did. He kind of entered a bit too late, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think that influenced it. It was a short part, but he recovered very well after that.
Yeah.
I was afraid that it would affect his confidence, but no, he recovered after that. But it was a hard semi-final. I think this one was a lot closer than the first one.
Yeah. I can't wait for the results on that one.
What we will be doing
On Saturday at about 3 a.m.
Sunday 3 a.m. Yeah,
Sunday,
we're
3 a.m.,
like
yeah.
this.
Thanks very much, Madeline. So I am joined by oh no, Livendale from Aussie Vision. Okay, I'll get into the nitty gritty in a bit, but otherwise, how was the rest of the result for you guys? I'll start with you, Lou.
I mean, I got 9 out of 10, with Australia being 10 out of 10 and Denmark being out, so I feel like they took our spot or something. Like, oh my God, I'm so happy for Denmark in a lot of ways, but I can't believe we missed out.
Yeah, look, we predicted the same thing. We had Armenia and Latvia in, and when we heard Denmark, and even when we heard Armenia, we knew we were in trouble. We got to the end when it was the last result, and we knew it was going to be Greece, and we were just ready just to hug and just take the loss. It's like your football team losing the European Championship or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Penalties.
Oh God, that's even worse. Okay, then. Shock qualifier. Let's start with you.
I would say Denmark because, look, I love the song. I love the song so much. I've listened to it so much. But even in the stadium, I need to hear it down the camera. But it didn't even sound that great in the stadium.
No, she pulled it off.
Did she? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she
good.
did.
Oh, good then. Okay, because we're in the stadium and sometimes you can't really hear it. She had a great running order. I was always worried about us opening, but I would say Denmark more than Armenia. I felt very comfortable about Armenia qualifying, for me anyway.
Yeah. What about you?
Same. Nothing was surprising for me other than Denmark. That was the only one I didn't anticipate, so I'm really happy for her. And Aussies obviously love Danes for many reasons, but I mean, we missed out, so I'm very sad.
Okay, and I already know going to be the answer to this, but like shock non-qualifier. I'm gonna get killed.
I was going to say, ask that to someone else, Tim.
Yeah.
I mean, also us, but also I guess for a lot of people will be Czechia. Not for we expected Czechia to NQ, but for a lot of people it might be an NQ for different reasons from us. I think there was a bit of an empty staging and it didn't really quite work for us. Look, I'm guessing opening, maybe some vocal things potentially for Australia, and we struggle on a public vote, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not. We've always been a little bit concerned. We've been hedging our bets here, and I'm surprised but not shocked, if that makes sense.
Okay, and what about you?
Exactly the same. Unfortunately, normally me and Dale do differ on opinions, but I want to say in this semi-final, we were on the exact same vibe on this occasion, and we have always been concerned about Australia having a problem, but I would say I thought we would at least scrape through, but apparently not.
I know. How sad. But, hopefully SBS is not discouraged. But
Look, the thing is, the delegation and the label around it have put a lot into this. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And my biggest concern immediately after NQ, I was like, look, for us, all right, look, we go to the grand final, we have a fun time, doesn't really matter. It hurts, but I'm more concerned that the impact on SBS, and if they go, hey, we put everything into this and we didn't make the final, what that means. And I think it just means we have to come back to what do people expect from Australia?
Yeah.
And they expect really high quality pop, cracking vocals, everything, like top notch. I don't know if we've earned our right to be fun. Some countries get the right to be fun, some countries don't. I think UK can't be fun. I don't think we can be fun. I think we need to bring high quality, otherwise people just pay us dust, unfortunately.
All right, then, well, let's still party the night away regardless.
Oh, we're getting maggoted after.
Oh, yeah, I will have fun seeing you two tomorrow at the rehearsal tomorrow.
Oh, what rehearsal?
Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers.
No worries.
So, all right, let's have a look around the other bits of... Oh, for crying out loud.
Turbo.
Yeah, no, I think we know who the next person's going to be. Yep. All right, then come on, Ewan. Just get out of the woodwork, Ewan.
Turbo.
All right, then. So...
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Ewan, thoughts on the results overall?
That was fun. This Eurovision contest, which we just spend so much time thinking about and analysing, at the end of the day, there are moments of magic. Now, there will be people out there who have got 10 that they wanted to qualify, and they've got 10 through. Brilliant. Most people will have, I think, 8. Some people who are really good will have 9. And this is a great thing, the number of combinations. I'm going to give you a quiz here, Tim.
Oh, God.
Okay, 37 songs at Eurovision.
Yes.
Okay, everybody chooses their 10 favourites.
Yes.
How many different combinations of that are there?
I don't know. Infinity?
It's not as high as infinity. Okay, if we would need 340 million people, and they would each have a unique choice of 10 songs.
I did not know that.
People say, oh, you don't like the songs I like. Well, that's great. That's the beauty of this contest. Everybody can find a different 10 to love, but every one of them is actually loved.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, you might have worked out that I'm really, really happy Lithuania.
Yeah, no surprise.
Really excited Latvia have got through.
Yeah.
Again, a bit like Portugal in the first semi-final, we've got music that was for the country that really typifies that country's going its own way, and it's found its audience. I'm delighted that Armenia's I Like Trucks has made it through. It's a wonderful song. I think they do I'm a Survivor, but it's I Like Trucks. Scans much, much better.
Yeah.
And Denmark. It has been my surprise pleasure this season, that song. It's not one that I would normally have in my wheelhouse, but it just keeps creeping up on me, and I think it was just... That's probably the sort of amazing, surprising moment that this semi-final system throws up. Just, I'm going to go out, I'm going to have my best life, I'm going to sing the song, and if I don't qualify, I've qualified. Boom. I mean, to be fair, guitarists actually had more emotion on their face, but their faces don't move that much. So everybody has just really enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
They've got the qualification, and now they've got to do it all over again for an audience 10 times the size they've just done.
Yeah. Okay, quickly. Shock qualifier, other than the ones you mentioned.
God, those are the shock qualifiers. So.
Yeah.
And again, we're back to that thing there where it's that 10 thing. To me, Lithuania not qualifying looked to be what was going to happen. It would just be great to stay in the semi-finals of that. So Lithuania not only going through but being called out first.
Yeah.
That made my night.
Shock non-qualifier.
I mean, the obvious answer there is Australia. It was on first. It was a relatively catchy song in the same way that we had with Iceland in the first semi-final. But again, it was always going to be, well, how well does it translate? It's obviously it's quite a British humour, and the Antipodean humour comes through there as well.
Yeah.
But you know, out of those, all as we always say, these songs all deserve to get through. 10,000 songs start the season. We've had 16 of them here, so they're in the top 37 of 10,000 songs. So to actually just cull off one or two and go more deserving, less deserving, I think it's as mad as the idea of trying to rate art by points over an entire continent. That's the most surprising thing.
Thank you.
Tavo.
Have I escaped the Tavos? Have I escaped the Tavos?
You haven't. I'm here with Tavo Akis on my face.
No. Unfortunately not. I've got Dude with me.
Hi.
What did you think of tonight's results?
I am thrilled with tonight's results. As you might be able to see, Tavo Akis made it through.
Oh my god, if you guys didn't see the semi-final one video where Dude was literally crying at me. And now literally it only took 2 days for this to change.
It did. This is the thing with Eurovision. It is like a drug, and tonight I am riding high, people.
Yeah.
I am on a roll.
Yeah.
It is. I'm also very sleep deprived, so I am probably acting like I shouldn't now. But I am so happy tonight. We have Lithuania. We have Latvia. We have Finland, we have Malta, we have Denmark. Do you know what Europe said tonight? Europe said, divas, we love you. Women, we love you. We care about your pleasure, and we are going to give you pleasure. And you know what else they said? They said, we want your eyes. We care about moody, depressed Lithuanian teens. We hear you. We know, we all feel that way sometimes. I wore my gray jumpsuit today.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know how rare it is for me to have a gray jumpsuit?
Yeah.
I brought my gray jumpsuit to Basel just for Lithuania.
Yeah.
And boom.
It paid off.
And it paid off, and they made it through.
Yeah.
Tavo Akis.
Yeah.
I said every single one of the 44 Tavos at the end of the song, and it made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Okay,
do you
then. Next question. I think I'm already going to know the answer to this, or you can say another one. Shock qualifier.
Shock qualifier. I mean, there were no shocks for me because I'm delighted with a lot of the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Shock.
What was your shock qualifier?
Denmark, because I think I was at that point where I was just like, no. And then I literally flipped like crazy as soon as Sizzle got announced.
You were like, yay!
You know, I think I'm already losing my voice as is. Yeah. But shock non-qualifier.
Shock non-qualifier. I would. Okay. Actually, let's talk about this. Shock non-qualifiers. Europe, you're disappointing me once again. Czechia not getting through. What do you have against Pop Boys? His dance break was impeccable. His vocals were really good. There was that moment with the in-ear monitor.
Yeah, no, I think he was also like, I think he either missed a beat or got ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there seemed to be some problems with the in-ear monitors tonight. But again, what is the problem with Europe and Pop Boys?
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me? Because I don't know.
I can't either.
Yeah.
Okay, then, so I am with Amanda from Melody Festival Klubben. How did you find the results tonight?
I find the results not so shocking like everyone else felt shocked. I predicted 9 out of 10 qualifiers tonight, so the only shocker for me was not Serbia qualifying, but I felt that Armenia would take that spot anyway. So yeah, I'm not that shocked actually.
But I was going to ask you anyways, but you know, you can name me one of each.
Yeah.
Shock qualifier.
Shock qualifier is Armenia, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I felt at first sight yesterday when we saw the rehearsals for the first time that Australia is not there competing for a spot. Ireland isn't there competing for a spot, and Czechia is not there. They have a really good song. I'm not commenting anything about that, but the performance isn't on the level that it needed to be in order to qualify.
Yeah. Shock non-qualifier.
Shock non-qualifier. I guess Serbia.
What about Serbia that made you think like he was going to make it?
Because we had some Balkan countries, some Eastern European countries in this semi-final, and I just felt like a really good, strong Balkan ballad would be something that we needed in this final this year. So that's why I was shocked, because I always feel like a good, decent Balkan ballad is always going to make it, and Montenegro wasn't that one this year, so I assumed Serbia would be that one. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Next, up next I have Vincent from Easy Extra. How you doing, Vincent?
Very, very, very well.
Okay then, all right then. So let's get on with it. Thoughts on the results?
Very happy. A bit sad about Australia, but very happy about all the rest, especially Lithuania and Denmark.
We'll get into that in a second, but
Overall, best announcement results I've experienced in my life in years.
All right then. So now let's get onto that little thing.
Sure.
Shock qualifier.
Denmark, but happy shock qualifier for Denmark, and she looked happy. And Lithuania too, which came first in the order. I was personally very happy. I voted for them 5 times. Very, very happy about this.
Yeah.
Good shock, very good shocks today.
Okay then, shock non-qualifier.
Actually, Australia. Czechia was not a shock anymore because we've seen the rehearsals. I still believed in Australia, but when it was Australia versus Greece, because that's what number 10 was basically about, I was pretty sure Greece would make it, and not so big a shock, but still.
Yeah. All right then. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, if I may add, very, very efficient use of a new format for announcing, the 3 split screens. It was better used than in the first semi-final for us fans. It was really, really exciting.
Yeah. Right. Thank you, Vincent.
Wow. New spokesperson for the UK.
Yeah, no, new Nushi's available. I'm quite sad about it. All right then. So, all right, another new face on this. Neil Fan from Eurovision.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm tired. I've been having less and less sleep all week, but it's Eurovision. That's what it's all about.
All right, let's get on with it. What did you think of the results tonight?
I expected most of the results. Pleasantly surprised by some more.
We'll dig into that in a second.
Yeah.
But is that your general vibe?
Yeah. I suppose I should say something about Ireland, though.
Yes, you should, because you're Irish.
Yes. Honestly, I didn't have much expectation for the song, and even though there was data saying that we might qualify, and the audience poll, Ireland did quite well.
Yeah.
We unfortunately didn't do it tonight. At least we'll always have 2024.
Yes. Okay, then shock qualifier.
Denmark, but shock qualifier in a good way.
Yes.
Because it was just shock, but a happy shock, because obviously, like, as an Irish person, I know what it's like to see your country fail to qualify year after year after year, and then you finally do it and it feels euphoric. So I saw all the Danish journalists here tonight absolute in disbelief, and the Sissel managed to do it and break the qualification rut that they're in, and I'm very happy for Denmark.
Yeah. Shock non-qualifier, other than your own, I'd say.
I'd say Australia, because we were expecting Australia to get through, but I think on the night maybe it just didn't hit. I think Gojo seemed a little bit nervous, and with a song like that, you need to really give it your all, and you need to give it every bit of energy you got. But maybe the nerves just got to him. It can happen to anyone. Yeah. Even on the Eurovision stage. So that's not to take away from his hard work, his talent, or anything. But yeah, sometimes it just happens on the night, and you gotta deal with it.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Neil.
Thank you.
I have a happy person next to me, Simon. I'll get into this in a second, but what did you think overall of the other results?
Wait, if we thought Tuesday were full of shocks, what was tonight then? it was literally every time one of those split screens came up, it was like, oh, but who's going through from this one? Was it a Malta, Greece, Austria at some point? It was like, but all three of them need to go through, and eventually did. This was a crazy night, crazy night.
I'm not gonna know the answer to this shock qualifier.
I mean,
he's already given it away. Come on.
You know,
congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. You know, most of all, I mean, I've been screaming and shouting when the announcement came, but mostly I'm relieved, you know, because some of us people in Denmark have been trying so hard to get DR to understand what it takes to make your way into a Eurovision Grand Final. It takes a good vocalist. It takes a person who wants to embrace this whole Eurovision circus. And it takes a song that is loved by the Euro fans. So we got that. We were afraid that the staging wasn't elevating the song enough, but I actually think that people latched onto her vocal abilities and the fact that you can hear the song and sing it after the first chorus.
No, but I think it was the fact that she's had to go through so much, like after DMGP, and we were worried, is she gonna be able to perform it well tonight? And it seems she miraculously pulled through. Quickly, shock non-qualifier.
There are two, Australia and Czechia. So, but Czechia wasn't as surprising as Australia. Czechia was the weakest performance that he's made of the four I've seen. Australia, I never saw that come from a country mile, never. But I think this semi-final is skewing very much eastwards with the qualifiers, and that could have killed Australia's chances.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.